That's what the Prime Minister said, and that's what me stand by. We not cuddle up with no gunman. We not hug up no gunman, and we not pay no gunman, and we not hide no gunman. So it is a great plus to the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the work that they have been doing with the assistance of the government, who has been giving them the resources that they need to get the job done. So 60 firearms, 50 handguns and 10 rifles and 5,000 rounds of ammunition were taken off the street, and that is a plus. Anybody don't like it, wanna go over. Yes, Angel. Good evening, Angel. Good evening, Petal. I see you all here. Anybody don't like it, meet us over Green Bay. If you don't like the work we are going to clean up the criminality in the country, you go over Green Bay, go wait. We meeting over there in a little bit. Right? The criminals we face in Jamaica are a heartless set of people, and they have to be met with equal force. Them is heartless. Baby palm breast, them a kill and go boast about it. Elderly, old, teachers, nurses, nobody is spared their wrath when they're on it. Nobody is spared. They have no pity. Why should people have pity upon them? Any day, my Prime Minister, any day Andrew will start pander to them, I will withdraw my support from him. Any day the Jamaica Labour Party start pander to them, I will withdraw my support that day. And you will not see me on here anymore turning on my camera telling people about the Jamaica Labour Party. We have to get rid of them out of Jamaica. Right? As I say, 25% over the last 2 years, and we are down 20% so far this year. And that is something for us to celebrate and encourage our security forces. And with the handing over the brand new vehicles yesterday and the day before, it is a move in the right direction to equip, reward, and send them on their way to get the job done. So congratulations to William. There has been several amnesty in this. There have been several amnesty. It doesn't work. Amnesty don't work. Amnesty won't work. Amnesty will not work. Presently, you can go to any JP in any area and hand over your gun to them and then return it into the police station. If you want to turn in your gun, you can make a C4. C4, William, the witness that brought the Klansman down was a man who was forced into the gang and decided one day that enough was enough, so he took a stand. Right? So amnesty will not help these people, William. They have to be met with equal force. At that alone, them rate. Right? So we have to give our support and our congratulation and our motivation. When you see one policeman on the street, you big him up and tell him, say, no, do good work, keep it up. Don't follow the little eye glad them who say telling police about their mother. Who is this? Whoever you are, man, go up under your mama and love me, man. Today is not the day. Go up under your mama and love me. Today is not the day, please. Not the day for you know. Me not think me a lead, sir. The polls told us what to think. Right? So, you know, I'm not for day today. Right? Yeah, man. Put them at the back of the class. Yeah. We have it, when you see a policeman on the street, man, and you hear them up, man, and big them up on the work of them, man. And a boy work for you have this dedic, we send them out every day, go risk them life. And any little dirty people, if you say they stop police, can tell the police about under them mother and they sitting there. If I was the Prime Minister, I would make it legally. If anybody tell a policeman about their mother, the police have a right to knock out at least 2 teeth out of them head and walk away. Anybody tell any one of our men and women in uniform about their mother, I tell them to go suck no upon them. The police have a right to knock out at least 2 teeth out of them head and walk away. Those are the rules I would implement. Luckily, my Prime Minister cares too much about Jamaicans to do that. Right? But I would. But again, we have to give credit to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Again, Fluffy Diva, fuck off and allow me, no man. Me telling you, say today is not the day. Me I go cuss you today, no. Me I go cuss you today and telling you about no mother, no father, no grand picnic. Election we call in due time, and make sure say when the call on ready. Election will be called in due time, my people. Don't rush election. Anytime Andrew Holness ready, election will be called. When stop asking what you no want. A 3 election call and you no turn up at the starting line for none of them. 3 election we call already and you don't turn up at the starting line for none of them. So no come back and ask about election. Right? Now, we big up the police force and we are going to move on now. You see, the ability to care for people is something we have to bond with. The ability to genuinely have care, to participate in an event that is not for you, but you are just doing it because you care about the cause. And not everybody bond with that sense. Sigma Corporate Run is probably the largest charity marathon event in the Caribbean. Nowhere else, no other country have anything the magnitude of the Sigma Corporate Run. I have gone there a couple of times. I have volunteered my time. I have made my contribution. And I have supported the cause for years. Andrew Holness has been to the Sigma Run before he was Prime Minister. And he continued to support it even as Prime Minister. Last year, during campaigning for the local government election, Andrew Holness would have left from a rally in St. Mary. About 2 a.m. he was in St. Mary at his rally talking to his people. Came in and was on the Sigma starting line by 7 o'clock Sunday morning. And it was in the news and everybody was talking about it. Now this year, Mark Golding has never ever put his foot on a Sigma starting line. He has never been to one. But because Andrew was there last year, he decided this year I have to go there early. He did not find it fit to register properly so he could get a proper shirt. He turned up late and they gave him a volunteer shirt, which means he did not register to participate. It was a photo opportunity for him. It wasn't about participating. It wasn't about helping. It was about a photo opportunity for Mark Golding. So he went there, stand on the starting line, take a picture, and then move out the way so the people them could have run. Because he did not believe in busting 1 ounce of sweat for a charitable cause. And the second reason I believe he was there is that the charity foundation that bears his name was one of the beneficiaries of this year's event, and not even that could not motivate Mark Golding to even walk to support the cause. Not even that could motivate him. The fact that his father foundation was one of the beneficiaries. So he went there, he took a picture, he grabbed the mic and he made a grand speech. So everybody could have seen him. And then refused to participate. Is that how? Yes, he was campaigning at a charity event. Went to a charity event to campaign. Did not even have the balls to walk around the place and talk to the people while you're walking. No, you stood on the line, you take a picture and then you leave. And that is the length of your participation in what is a charity event. You go to these places to give up your time and give up your energy. These are selfless acts that up to 30,000 Jamaicans participate in every year. And you could not make it 30,001. And you're only there because the Prime Minister was there last year and he get a little bit of positive press for it. You couldn't allow it this year. So you wake up Sunday morning and somebody reminds you that today a Sigma run and you run, go up there, go borrow one shirt. You run, go up there, go borrow a shirt. You put on your shirt at the starting line and you take a picture and then you move out of the way. I don't know about anybody else, but that is unbecoming of somebody who seeks leadership. That is unbecoming. It is embarrassing. Godson, bless up yourself. It is embarrassing. There's no way to pretty it up. The man is a disgrace to those who run behind him. The man is a disgrace. I see he made a post on his social media now. No, I'm not disappointed. I'm not surprised, you know. I saw he made a post on his social media now about leaving no stones unturned to get back Usain Bolt his money. Now, Mr. Goldie, my question to you, sir, is why didn't you do the same thing for the victims of FinSac? Why didn't you do the same thing for Meshach Willis? Why you never do it for Lola Gray Baker? Why you never do it for forget the name? Why you never do it for the victims of FinSac? Is it because Usain Bolt is now among the list of tapanaris? So you're willing to help the tapanaris, but you weren't willing to help. You weren't willing to help the victims that you pocketed. You pocketed the profits from their demise. And you didn't announce left no stones unturned, but Usain Bolt is a legend. Yes, Usain Bolt is a legend. He have money. And you think that it can help you politically. Why you never leave no stones unturned to reimburse the FinSac victims? Why you never leave no stones unturned to rebuild the 44,000 business where collapsed under your watch? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you go to the ends of the earth to make the FinSac victims whole again? Oh, because them don't have no international standing. No, nobody don't know them. They never have no billions of dollars if you get no political mileage offer. Again, the ability to care about person is something we have to born with. Mark Golding never born with that. Mark Golding born with the blood of slave owners running through his veins. Yeah? Him born with the blood of slave owners running through his veins. The ability to care about human being is not within him. The ability to have empathy or sympathy is not within him. He gives nothing that he's not receiving something from. In empathy or sympathy, he lacks them all. The ability to care about other people, the ability to genuinely care about people even when you're getting nothing. One of my favorite sayings is that, and I want you to listen to me and repeat this every time when I get a chance. The true measure of a man lies in how we treat those who can do nothing for him. Remember that. The true measure of a man lies in how he treats those who can do nothing for him. When the people of Finsack did a bad in the street, Marky G said nothing. When the people of Finsack were unaliving themselves, Marky G said nothing because those people could do nothing for him. But Usain Bolt now is a chance to invoke emotions. And Usain Bolt might come out and give you a little credit. So yes, you're going to run and say, we're going to leave no stones unturned. You're not a man. Golden, you're not a man. You are the descendant of slave Papianos as Jamaican. You're an exploiter in chief. You went and you exploit the Sigma run. You are trying to exploit Usain Bolt. You have exploited the gullibility of PNP supporters. You have exploited the stupidity of PNP supporters. And you have exploited the greediness of those people who claim that they run PNP. You have exploited the greediness of Comrade, and you try to exploit Lawrence Rowe. But Lawrence Rowe was a little smarter than you. Lawrence Rowe knew the kind of persons he was dealing with, so he started collecting evidence from way back. Lawrence Rowe knew the kind of people he was dealing with. He saw handiwork. In fact, he was part of those handiworks. So like all other people, he wonders, well, if me I do help them, do them something here. When my time come, Bentley, big up yourself. When my time come, what them I going to do with me? So he started to gather him evidence. And never yesterday him start record the phone call and save message in a long time. Because he knew the kind of persons he was dealing with. He knew, so when they're ready for him, if he not fall in line, he might go end up like either Melissa Silvera. He might go end up like Melissa Silvera, or he might go end up like Maxine Simpson. That's what them do with people when them done with them, when they no longer serve them purpose. Him not done release it, man. There's more to come. But like I said, him gathering these evidence was proof that he knows the kind of persons he was dealing with. The exploiters in chief. Now they're trying to exploit a legend among us. They're trying to play on his gullibility and by extension play on the love that the nation have for him. But you are a Tapanaris banker, Mark Golden, as you say. If you are a Tapanaris banker, then I would assume that you know how investment works. And you know that governments don't take investment. But something came out in the news recently. And if we should follow the logics of the PNP, let me enlighten most of you. How much we have there? 80%. Let me enlighten all 80. Maybe some of you are here this for the first time. Usain Bolt are persons working on behalf of Usain Bolt opened an account at SSL in 2012. My memory is a bit short right now. So somebody type in the chat and tell me who was the government in 2012. There's somebody just type in the chat for me and tell me who was the government in 2012. That's when Usain Bolt account was open in 2012. The first withdrawal, thank you, Judlin, the first withdrawal came from Usain Bolt account in 2013. 2013, who was the government then? Who was the government? So if because SSL crash now, this government take away the money. So when the money started to be siphoned out in 2012, who took it? Mark Golding was a part of that government. Mark Golding was a part of that government. Mark Golding was the minister that claims he was passing legislation left, right, and center to protect the financial system. Was some of those legislation that you were passing, Mark Golding, gave you access to people's account at SSL? I'm only asking because based on phonologics, you know, a government do it. So if the money started to go missing from 2012, when you were in government, talk to Usain Bolt about the money. Mr. Golden, don't come and pretend like you're holier than thou and you care. You don't care nothing about the little black people out there. You see them as a means to get your hand on the net international reserve so you can run to England, go sit down and laugh after the little idiot them out of Jamaica. That is your plan to get your hand on the NIR. You did it before. You did it before when you siphoned off hundreds of billions of Jamaican dollars into your account, into your company. You started a company in 1992. You was in government. You had the years of power, and that company became very successful. And you call yourself a Tapanaris banker. TC, fuck off. Throw him out at the back of the class. Fuck off, TC. No argument today. Today is not the day. Me not have no mute today. Me not have no careful today. Me I got tell you no plain and straight. Right? Tell Marky G, who was the minister at the time when the money started leaving Usain Bolt account in 2013. That is why you never want the investigation. That is why you want wrap it up fast and use taxpayer money and pay back SSL. And people keep talking about Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt was not the only investor at SSL that lost money. Yeah? Usain Bolt, legend as him is, respect as we have for him, ratings for him can never go nowhere. He was not the only investor at SSL. There are people who had their pension funds there. And I would believe that if Marky G really care about people, he would be looking out for those little pension fund persons first. But no, at the Tapanaris, yeah, look out for. At the Tapanaris alone you care about. At the Tapanaris alone you care for about. Him alone money, you know, and nobody else get back their money. In fact, you are making offer to use taxpayers' money and pay back Bolt when you come into power. If God forbid and you gain power in Jamaica, that is where you're going to do with taxpayers' money. But you never seem fit to pay back the victims of FinSac. You never see it fit for seminar, leave no stores unturned. In fact, you were part of the government that blocked the FinSac Commission from completing its work. You were part of that government, Mark Golding, where you come now and tell we say you won't leave any stones unturned. Why you never do the same thing for the victims of FinSac? It's a simple question. Why you never do the same? Meshach Willis never deserved that. Meshach Willis that is now living on the street basically, he never deserved that. Didn't he deserve to have no stones unturned to get to the bottom of his misfortune? Me never hear you, Marky G, did a course Omar Davis say you must find a way and get to the bottom of what happened. No, you weren't doing that. When FinSac was going on and Jamaicans business person were unaliving themselves, were living on the street, were being ravished, you never did that lobby the government at the time, say use government money and pay back them people. No, you never do it. Which is why we know say your fake concern for Usain Bolt is only to use him name. And name you try use. That is why I am very proud of my Prime Minister who have not seen it fit to exploit the name or the image of Usain Bolt for political gain. Yes, and you could have been palling around with Usain Bolt, promising him hell and high waters. Yes, man, we are good. No, because there's a process for these things. And even with a drunk or them, they try them best to solid the name at the PM. He has done the proper thing and has stayed focused and delivering for the Jamaican people a massive reduction in crime, in major crime. The Prime Minister said you will be able to sleep with your door open. We get in there. People looking at that aspiration and say, oh, he broke a promise to me. Education, or lack thereof, is one of the greatest threats to our democracy. The PNP has at no time in their history don't worry, man, I'll be by the neighbor shortly. I'm soon go over to the neighbor. At no time in the history of the PNP have they ever proven or has they ever put the education of the country first. No time has they ever put our educational institution first. No time. There is no evidence of it. There is no evidence of the People's National Party at no time prioritizing education. Such evidence just simply don't exist. But evidence is there that from 1944, under the leadership of the great Alexander Bustamante, Jamaican Labour Party has always prioritized education from day one. From day one, Buster's first project was to build out our infant school, moving, learning from under tree, where the little black picnic them used to learn under tree, while the people them will have mark gold in color, used to go in a classroom. If you don't think I lie, me I tell you, no check on the history. The little picnic them were blackfoot and black and barefoot and couldn't afford a pair of shoes, them used to learn under tree. The picnic them will have the color Marky G, used to go in a classroom. Alexander Bustamante, after universal adult suffrage, first election 1944, first major project was a build out of our basic school infrastructure. And move the little black skin picnic them from under tree to in a classroom. Nowhere in the history of the PNP can ever prove that they have prioritized education. No way. No way. Yes, they're gonna grow and they're gonna tell you, say, oh, but Manley did say for education, and me say for education too. You don't mean nothing. Michael Manley gave his rich friends, the people who have him color and Marky G color, he gave them a chance to go to university free. University in Jamaica was a paid luxury. Because guess what? The little black skin Jamaican them couldn't make it to university at the time. We never there yet. We would have gotten there, you know. Right? So after that massive investment in the basic school infrastructure from 1944 and come up, by the time those kids were ready, the Jamaica Labour Party again. Do you remember the days when councillors were going around beating people? Similar to what? Yes. Councillors were going, Dans were going around beating people. Right? Dans were doing that. By them time, you know, the Jamaica Labour Party has returned to power. But let me put the gap in context for you guys. Because most of you may be wondering, and that's all Labour Party supporters and independents, you know. We are thinking person. So what you're gonna say to me now is, but Chuck, if they started below the infrastructure of the basic school in 1944, shouldn't they have continued the school development right through? Yes, that was the plan. But we were interrupted by the fight for independence. Yes, where we had to fight the independence. So that interrupted us a bit, and we had to go to because the PNP, again, the PNP was against independent Jamaica. You know? The PNP was not for independence. The PNP wanted us to remain under British rule. So it is no surprise in them have one British man now in charge. But immediately coming out of independence, again, we launched the largest build-out of our school, of our educational infrastructure to this day. No government, not even Edward Seaga, was able to tap that build-out of our education infrastructure. Close to 200 schools was constructed. The largest build-out to this day, close to over 200 schools. Over 200 schools were constructed under that go. Some of them opened in the 70s under Michael Manley, but all of them started under Edwin Allen as education minister. All of them, no matter when they open, all of them started during that time. That was the second try. Again, we were interrupted. The development was interrupted by the election of Michael Manley. That set out to reverse all the gains that we have made since independence, and that he did. But nonetheless, the Jamaica Labour Party came back under the leadership of Edward Seaga, and we introduced compulsory education. Yes, we introduced compulsory education in Jamaica under the watchful eyes of Edward Seaga. Yeah, man, the destroyer. Eh? We came back and we introduced compulsory education. That means that every child in Jamaica must be going to school. Again, Jamaica's growth was interrupted in 1989, and the first victim of the PNP in 1989 was to scrap the compulsory education program. The first victim was to scrap the compulsory education program. Again, there is no record, none whatsoever, of the People's National Party ever prioritizing education in this country. No record of it. None. The only thing that grew under the PNP is criminality, corruption, because they do not have a firm hand when it comes to criminality. They tend to hug them up. They tend to pay them. You incentivize gunmanship. How do you incentivize gunmanship? That's what they do. That's why under the PNP watch, crime is always at an all-time high. Let us go through the record. And this is what I'm about is recording. Edward Siaga inherited a murder rate of just under 1,980 odd. That's in 1980. Yes, it was more of it was due to the election violence. But the murder rate was that. By he handed over in 1989, it was cut by 50% to 430. 50% it went down by during that time. And we handed over that murder rate of 430 to the PNP in 1989 when they won. When they handed over back the country after 18 and a half years, no problem, Grace. After 18 and a half years in power, the murder rate went from 436 or 34 in 1989 to 1,680. Over 1,000 murders a year become normalized under the PNP. They have never had a tangible plan to reduce murder, but what they do, they hug up criminals. They incentivize criminality. Their present spokesman on crime, their present spokesperson on crime, one Peter Bunting, said that the investment that this government is making in our national security is a waste of money. If he was in charge, he would have gone to the port and find some fishermen and pay the fishermen them to watch for when drugs and guns are coming. You think the fishermen them would have say 60 guns are coming in one barrel down a wharf and 5,000 rounds of ammunition? You think fishermen could have seen that? You think fishermen could have said when the barrel of drugs and guns them are coming to stop them? Again, these people hug up criminality. They incentivize it. One witness tell the story, said two Dans, you know, were gonna have a peace meeting, and one of the Dan sent a PNP councillor to represent him at the meeting. Think of that, make that soak in for me, 1 minute. The Dan sent an elected PNP official to go and represent him at a meeting with another Dan. And then you went on to offer each of them $1 million of taxpayers' money per month. And you allow them to wreak havoc in our old capital for decades. Well, the Jamaica Labour Party again is on the job, and we are hell-bent on removing the scars of criminality from our shores. No longer will we be known as any murder capital of anywhere. No longer. They simply put Rose, show me your company, Birds of a Feather, all of them link. All of them link. We will no longer be known as any murder capital. We are rid our shores. We are rid our shores of the criminals. And that is why when my Prime Minister, yes, that is why when my Prime Minister said, if you are involved in criminality, you can either meet the judge or you meet your maker. We don't have no middle ground, we don't know. We're not coming on a peace talk. We're not peer uno. That is why we need Portmore, and I talk to my Portmore people them now. That is why the drive to make Portmore a parish is so important. Portmore have a compliance rate in property tax of over 90%, I believe. Don't quote me to that, but I know it's high. I think it's over 90%. Portmore have a compliance rate of over 90%. So my people are Portmore, and that is present arrangement. Some of who tax dollars were not paying was going to fund the clans and one other gang in a Spanish town. When we separate and make uno one parish, funds will no longer be going to fund dance. So citizens of Portmore who believes in law and order support the move to make Portmore a parish. Stop make people turning in ideas that make them vote for a good. You know, tax dollars don't deserve to be paid to no gunman over Spanish Town. You know, tax dollars will not pay me residents of Portmore. When you don't pay it now, it goes to the Spanish Town municipality. Right? And then give back some tune if they feel like. But they have to pay the Dan first. Support the move to make Portmore a parish. It is good for Portmore. Portmore tax dollars deserve to be spent in Portmore. Portmore is the fastest developing city in the English-speaking Caribbean. Fastest, none better than it. It is the largest residential community in the English-speaking Caribbean. Our tax dollars must not be in Spanish Town paying any dance. Our tax dollars will not pay, must not send in a brown envelope or give nobody. Anything that is deemed good. When me retire, yeah, come at your yard, Rose Gem, come at your yard. The Prime Minister is encouraging people overseas to come home. Yes, we know that we don't hear a whole heap of misinformation and lies on the internet. But come home on the yard, this is our country. Nobody can deport you for yourself. Yes, we understand that the crime issue, but we are working on it. We are not where we want to be yet, you know. Despite that for 2025 so far, we are down 25%. We are not there yet, but we are getting there. Under PNP, crime and murder goes in one direction, up. Under PNP, 1,000 murders a year become normalized. And I believe in my heart that this year, I don't want to jinx my country, but this year, Jamaica will dip under that 1,000 mark. Because we are equipping and empowering the man and woman of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So my people, when you now walk on the street of Jamaica, I want to see one policeman, big him up. That's what I've been saying, God. Them tax mustn't go pay no down in a Spanish town. People of Portmore, parish status, you know, say, Jamaica is growing. Right? Jamaica is growing. 14 parish too little for we now. We want 15. And then when we get to know we have got split St. Elizabeth and make it 2 parish too. There was a time in our history in Jamaica had 21 parish. Most people don't know that. We had 21 parishes at one time. 21. So this move to make Portmore a parish. Yes, Anthony. Jamaica was at one point 21 parish. Angel, I wonder why you have done a St. Elizabeth Street, so you want to leave it. St. Elizabeth, me come from, you know. Right. But yes, Anthony, there was a time when we were 21 parish. So this movement of adding a 50 is not new. We've been there before. Yeah, man. 21 small parishes we had. Right? Your name is Carolina Sang. Miss Carolina, this is free entry, and the door is right where you leave it. Chika, put Carolina at the back of the class, please. Me not even don't speak me. You see, if that alone, if that is the only thing you can contribute to a conversation, no man, no block them man, just mute them man, then listen. If you listen, I just don't want them to disrupt the class. Right? Portmore people, no tax dollars, no fair go support no gunman, no dance. No tax dollars must stay and build Portmore. That is what you vote for. That is what you must vote for. Don't make nobody who is simply in it for political gains. Because in phrase say no, and here's where we are going to call out Fitz Jackson. Fitz Jackson fear that if you cut off the garrison him have nothing to offer the people them when can't get $500 to vote for him. If you cut off the garrison, he will have to actually earn the votes from the people them were left. If you cut off him garrison him have, where the people and we vote for him, even when he go shitting at them plate, then we vote for him. If you cut off that, he will now need to be a working member of parliament to retain his seat. And nothing frightens a PNP MP more than work. Nothing scares a PNP member of parliament more than the fact that he might have to work. So him a fear now, that is him ball. Oh, this is about it. Listen to me now, man. PNP not care nothing about nobody but themselves. So, same so chaps. If you cut off the garrison when him have, he fears that now me I go have to do some work in order to retain my seat. And that him afraid of. Me have to go actually spend my constituency development fund rather than find a way to put it in my pocket. Only political reason them have no practical reason otherwise. Because it is a good move. Right? And if the PNP did care anything, when they make this haphazard thing, DJ Wayne, big up yourself. When they make this haphazard, when they make this move to make it a municipality, they could have gone all the way. They could have just done it from that time and make it a parish. I hear people now bawling and say, oh, opposition is being ignored. When the opposition did complain about the manner in which the municipality was being configured, did the PNP care shit about what opposition officer? No. Because the plan that the Jamaica Labour Party had from them was that the councillors from Portmore would be independent of the councillors from Spanish Town. Portmore would have been a fully independent municipality. But no, for political gains, they still had to attach it to Spanish Town, because for PNP, nothing that them do is for the people but to benefit themselves. If they had made it long ago so that the councillors from Portmore were independent of those on Spanish Town, the Jamaica Labour Party would have been in charge of the Spanish Town Municipal Corporation, and no dons. Kenisha, my good friend, I see you are here. No dons would be collecting no hard-earned money to terrorize you. No dons. Again, I keep trying to point out these to people, and I say, Jamaica, where we are today, the people, it's not perfect. But as long as we are heading this road, we will get there. As long as we are on this route that we are on, as long as you don't hold the focus we don't have, and do not be fooled by set of people who only have power on their mind and cannot put forward one single plan that will benefit anybody but themselves. Don't be fooled by them. Do not be fooled by them. Check them record. Then that's what I confuse and them striving. Check their record. If you want to know what the People's National Party will do once they have power in Jamaica, just check their record. You're gonna see it rifle with corruption after corruption after corruption, scandal after scandal. Cast overrun. Tell me, all of those people who are old enough that has been following politics, tell me, when was the last time you hear the term cost overrun associated with any government project? Tell me when. They try to paint the picture of the perception of corruption, the perception, because that's all them supporters and followers need. Just a little something for run with. And when you ask them to defend it, they can't. Last night I was in a discussion with one Mr. Hugh Richards. And he went on to lament about how Mr. George Wright, an elected member of parliament in Westmoreland, was caught on some tape doing. I said, present to me the evidence where you see the elected member of parliament and any tape. Tell us where we can find the tape of that happening. Tell us where we can find a police report of that happening. But I can pull up a police report that says Michael Phillips was charged with beating his wife. That's on record. I can pull up a police report that says Jylan Silvera has been charged with murder for his wife. But did the PNP women movement, did they call a press conference and speak on Melissa Silvera? Did they call a press conference to defend Mrs. Phillips? Or is it just selected outrage? Did they call a press conference to speak on the slackness going on down by the KSAC? Or is it just selected outrage? Again, if you want to know what the PNP will do, the Jamaica Labour Party has been in charge of, I think we were in charge of 13 out of 40, out of all of the municipalities. We're in charge of 13 since 2018. Yes. And there was no only one that had corruption in it at the time was the one that the PNP was in charge of, and that was in Westmoreland. The only one that had the stink of corruption at the time, for all the time that the JLP held them all, was Westmoreland, where the PNP was in charge of. Now, less than a year ago, the PNP won control of 5. And all 5 of the municipalities that they are in charge of are mixed up in corruption. And that is only at the local government level. I'm wanting to check the news, you know. If you don't hear any of the corporation that is run by the Jamaica Labour Party involved in any money scandal, you know, just check the news. Check the news. I say my good friend Kenisha is here. She always listen. Right? But she's a harsh critic of this government. Check the news. She's a harsh critic of this government. And she's supposed to be a Pan-Africanist. Ah, here comes Mr. UIC. The man I've always wanted to sit and have a talk with. Right? As long as Jamaica keep going in this direction, we will be okay. Don't make the UIC come sell no pipe dream, but they not collect no tax. Mr. UIC said the most cherished thing him own is his Canadian passport. He love it. But he don't feel the same way about the Jamaican passport. Mr. UIC, I urge you, sir, if you have Jamaica's best interest at heart, join the Labour Party, make we build Jamaica. If you have Jamaica's best interest at heart, join the Labour Party, make we build Jamaica. I believe that this government, this party is building Jamaica. National security, tourism, education, every sector of this government, even bad mind are flourish under this government. Because we have a bad mind man in chief now, Marky G. Even bad mind are flourish. Because they have thought their supporters it's okay. And you're not supposed to have nothing, you know. Join the JLP man and continue to build, man. No, we don't need them, you know. We don't need. But we have to, all we have to be a part of the building, common sense. All we have to be a part of it. Even UIC, man. Even the Mr. Man from UIC, even him we need to be a part of the building. We don't need, we want. It's a difference. We want everybody to join with us. And let us build the Jamaica that Edward Siaga, Buster Manti, Hugh Shearer dreamed of. Notice me never call none of the PNP leader the name, because I don't know the type of Jamaica what they dream of. Wildlife, big up yourself. Notice I did not call one PNP man name, because we don't know what they dream of. Our country right now is enjoying its best days. Now, man, this, I'm all, yesterday, my mind said, I said, a long time, I saw Omar upon no platform. I yesterday cross my mind, you know. I said, I don't see Omar upon no platform from the other day. But we're glad you're there, right? We can continue upon this path and we will build the Jamaica. Now, we should call Naaman. I think I should call Naaman name for you. I think I should, you know. I could add Naaman to the list. Because the problem wasn't Naaman, the problem was Michael. You're right, Omalo. I give you that. Right. You're right. I should add Naaman to the list. The problem started at Michael, not Naaman. Right. But Jamaica, we are on the path. And lots of persons don't understand the part that we are. They don't understand the mission. Even though the information is there for them to look on and see what that is happening, they just don't understand. And rather than simply finding out information for themselves, they will look at a 10-second video. Or they will look at, some people give some creative names to their video on YouTube. So people will click on it and watch. Don't be fooled by them something. When you don't see them out there with them creative name, report them, make YouTube take them down. When you don't see them on TikTok, when you realize that they might tell lie on the country, report them, make TikTok take them down. Don't be a part of nobody a bring down no country. No be a part of it. Anytime you see the video them out there. Naaman, he never start with Naaman. Remember, all right. Let me go for a little bit. Naaman and Buster, under their leadership, had one agreement about Jamaica. That it doesn't matter which of us was in power. The economic model of the country must always continue. They used to boast and complete to see who could open more factories. Yes, they did have political differences, but they did not make it mess with the growth of the country. Right? So you're right. Norman could be added to the list of people who dreamed of a great Jamaica. Michael, no. PJ, no. Portia, hell no. Marky G, hell no. Hell no. Marky G wants to see us back in shackles. Yes, January 26th, his trial will begin. January 26th, his trial will begin. So, yeah. But I don't see the PNP women movement coming out to say anything about that. I wonder if they haven't gotten the news yet. Yes, Marky G want to develop places like the Bahamas and the British Virgin Islands. That's where his investments are. Why so long? That's why. I don't know. What. Right? Yes, we know that. We know that. Not only demonstrate, but in sue, literally sue the shirt off and back. Literally sue the shirt off a Marcus back. Right? But as me say, if you want to know, I don't think the woman movement, I don't think Petal, I'm beginning to think, Petal, I'm beginning to think that the PNP women movement, I don't know, and you can disagree with me. I'm beginning to think that there are a set of hypocrites. I don't want to accuse them. But I am beginning to think that there are a set of hypocrites. I don't know if I'm right. Anybody else agree with me? That's the sense I'm getting from them. That there are a set of hypocritical old bitter women. That's the sense I'm getting from them. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm getting there that they have no genuine concern. Too generous. All right, go God. But there's another term I could use, but I don't want to use it on national TikTok. Yes, Buster said independence, Norman said federation. Right. But, yeah, man, there are set of hypocrite, man. Hypocritical drunk of them, man. Hypocritical drunk of them. They cannot be taken. It's basically because them know say whatever them say, it will come on the front page of Gleaner and RJ go run with it. So they can call a press conference, speak and judge right, and no reporter was given any question to ask. When the Jamaica Labour Party was having a press conference about corruption at the KCC, a reporter well go there with question go ask about seat placement and polls. But yet when the PNP was having a question about abuse of women, nobody saw it fit to ask about Melissa, or to see fit to ask about Michael Phillips or any of the other cases. I am beginning to think even the media. Yes, I believe they're using Bridgemar. Pick up yourself, Bridge. Our Maxine seems to better. Nobody decided to ask about these people. Right? Journalism in boy, may I tell you, hey, when we say this now, people are go bad, but may I say, when we look at the poll numbers that were released yesterday, not yesterday, from week, Nationwide has been releasing the poll numbers. And let me move out of the way so you can see that one. You see that one here? Then it's a fake poll. Right? But we see where Nationwide came out now and released the numbers. And it says that if Jamaicans were to vote for a prime minister, Andrew Holness will have 14% lead over Marky G. we see where Andrew Wellness have a commanding lead with the female population. And I'm going to be honest and raw, we don't know for a minute. Want to bear with me. Women, young and old, they want one prime minister where sometimes they can dream say me go home and my prime minister come and me and concern me out. Not even Marky G wife no want fucking. Not even wife. So no woman now go run for Marky G. Woman now go run for Marky G. So those numbers are not supported and not surprising to me. Our prime minister is in good standing, and I want to tell all the warriors on social media to stand up and take a bow. Yes, man. All of the warriors on social media here, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, or should I say X, stand up and take a bow. Sorry, flowers. But for is a fact. Women want one prime minister where they can dream, so they fuck sometime. Who want dream that about Marky G? Eh? Who want dream back about Marky G? And even for the man them want the prime minister will have a wife where they can dream the same thing about. Who want dream that about Marky G wife? Come on, man. Let's be realistic. Who want to dream that about Marky G? No. So the numbers now show that the PNP for the last 2 years has been releasing what them call the type 2 error polls. Type 2 error poll. Remember, I know it's a PNP supporter that boasts the news, about the type 2 error polls and what them use, So them use them for them internal election. And then we see where Lawrence Rowe hint about the polls. When Lawrence was said, which poll poll? Lawrence Rowe, who was known as the numbers man in the People's National Party, initially told us that none of these polls that the late Dan Anderson, that Dan Anderson has been putting out. He told us that none of these are real. That's what Lawrence Rowe hinted at. That none of these are real. So we see polls come out. But like me say, polls don't win election. You work on election day and you work to convince people to come out and support you is what win election day. And in my opinion, this government led by Andrew Michael Holness, has done a tremendous job of putting the case forward, said, this is our work. That is why him never have to go up on no platform go cost Marky G anything. No, because while you no argue me a bill, while you no argue me a bill house the poor people. So embarrassed that the PNP are that they have chosen now to attack the government social housing program. Remember, these people have thrown every single thing at the Prime Minister for the last 4 years, since 2020. The attack that the Prime Minister has been under from the PNP, our media, Gleaner, RJR and all of them, CVM, Observer, all of them, from the civic group, has been unprecedented in our politics. The closest I've ever seen a leader come with this number of attack was Bruce Golding. And Bruce Golding, being a seasoned veteran politician, did have to pack up him hat and run. Andrew Holness has stood and fight. Not him alone, We and social media fight for him. When the newspapers and everything was trying to bring him down, when the newspaper took out clippings out of a report and post them to mislead Jamaicans. It was social media that have to correct the wrong, and up until this day, Gleaner have not apologized for misleading its readers about that report. When the Integrity Commission willfully sent a report to the Parliament and released it to the media that says our Prime Minister was referred for prosecution, knowing that no go so, it was social media that had to correct that wrong. Up until this point, none of them ever apologized to our Prime Minister. The level of attack that this man, if you know, hey, listen to me, if anyone no believes that God real, Andrew Warner still stand up today. Yeah? Anyone know, lucky, if you don't believe that God real, ask yourself why Andrew Warner still stand up today. With everything that has been thrown at him. Remember, they have not been attacking the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness attack. They have not been attacking the government of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. Because as according to the PNP, if we cut off the head of the Labour Party, if we weaken the head, the supporters will crumble. That has been the mantra. That's how them operate over the years. Them destroy Siaga, then destroy Bruce. Then tell people say Buster Dunst and couldn't read, and Buster tell people say salvage better than education. How is it that the man who from day one has been prioritizing education could have tell people say salvage better than education? Yes, man, the PM and the speaker, remember when you attack the speaker, they also attack the PM too, because I'm white. So the attack on her was also attack on him. And our Prime Minister still stand today for one reason. Because people in Jamaica, for the first time in many years, in decades, are proud to say them a labor right. They don't have we under manners anymore. People in Jamaica right now, wildlife, are proud to put on their green shirt and wave the flag and say them a labor right. For years, for decades, that never happened in Jamaica. For decades, labor right used to afraid and cower and hide. For years, people used to hear discussion and hide because they never want nobody knows that they support the Jamaica Labour Party. That is why they were allowed to demonize Siaga. That is why they could have gone around and claim credit for majority of these projects and the social projects that the Jamaica Labour Party would have implemented, because there was nobody to push back on it. Hold on, my folks, one second. Yes, let there be light. Yes. For years they could have done that. They went around and they claimed paternity for a lot of the social projects that were conceptualized and implemented by the Jamaica Labour Party, but there was nobody to push back on it. That's why for years, whole heap of PNP supporters was under the impression that Michael Mann did give them free education. Who was there to tell them that education was always free in Jamaica? Who was there? Nobody was there to correct that, because labor rights were hiding. When they say Michael said no bastard, no they again. Who was there to tell them that the bill that was tabled in Parliament, what we call the Debastardization Act, that me call it, was tabled from 1967? Who was there to tell people that? Who was there to tell them, say, Manley never start Jamal? Manley changed the name of the adult literacy program that started in the 70s, in the 60s. The adult literacy program is what them changed to Jamal. Who was there to correct that? Nobody. Who was there to tell the people them say all Manley did when he said go university free was to give him rich friend a gift? Lots of these projects that they now claim paternity and hold as flagship PNP projects are birth child at the Jamaica Labour Party. and when you hear now they speak about we not talk, we don't want them thief with ideas. They are speaking from experience because they have stolen. Yes, from food stamp to part petal, yes. The part program which they now celebrate was the food stamp program started in the 80s under Edward Seaga. Right, so lots of these things that they give credit for. In fact, not only was it changed, but it was abused. Because, Petal, the correct name for that program was the food stamp program for the elderly and lactating mothers. So old people and mothers will just give birth could have been subsidized by the government. The PNP took that and started to give young people money to sit at home and do nothing. Rather than give them a part to create their own greatness, sorry. Rather than give these people a part. Johnny Adian, how much you have now? Tell me how much you have. Guys, can you all go and follow Johnny Adian on YouTube, please? Johnny Adian, link it, put your channel in the chat there. And while you're at it, if you don't follow it already, please go and follow Chuck Finley 34 on YouTube. Yes. Johnny Adian, put a link to your channel to make the people go follow it. We are trying to up everybody. We want to up our YouTube present. Johnny Adian is one of us who is going to YouTube. Yes, Noreen. Noreen, that's a lovely name. You know, my sister name is Noreen. My sister name is Noreen. Right? But that was it, for the elderly and lactating mothers. But they came in and they changed it and repurpose it to give young people who probably made a mistake early in life and probably have an early baby, rather than give them a part to create greatness, then pay them, say, sit down a yard man and have more picnic. Government will pay you. Luckily, under Andrew Michael Holness, we have created a part to break the generational dependency and part. When he introduced the Jamaica 60 Trust Fund, which means that if you are a ward of the state or you are from a part household and you were born on or after August 2022, August 2022, on or after August 2022, you are automatically entered into the Jamaica 60 Trust Fund. And when you reach the age of 18, August 6, yes, once you reach the age of 18, your government, as long as you don't put back PNP, your government will have a little inheritance waiting on you. So you can start life. You can either go for higher education, start a business, or build a house. And that is how we start generational wealth. That is how generational wealth will start. 800,000 to get you off the ground. No, I don't hold it for money. But remember the word trust fund. Thank you, Auntie. Remember the word trust fund used to only associated with people like Mark Golden and Andrew Holness Pickney. But Andrew, being a Jamaican who loves Jamaica, so listen to me, and a Femi Pickney alone must have generational wealth. And a Femi Pickney alone must have it. Andrew is the man who come out and say, and on me alone must invest in a stock market so I make million. Where people they must do it too. For decades in this country, Mark Golden and his business partners were making billions of dollars off of the stock market and off the back of Jamaicans. The Jamaica 60 Hope Trust Fund, thanks to Philippe, and there's the name. Pin the name, people see. And they never once share with the Jamaican public, say, hey, the stock market is there. They have never once divested any government assets to the people of Jamaica, say, hey, make some money off of this. The Jamaica Labour Party government, under Andrew Holness, under Nigel Clark and now Favour Williams, has given Jamaicans the opportunity to say, go invest in the stock market. They rather teach us, say, look at Andrew Holness' wealth and tear him down. Look at his net worth and tear him down. Them walk around and say him a 400 million. When that never stick enough, then say no man a 400 million US we attack. Do you think if my prime minister a 400 million US, he would have sit down here and make people like Mark J disrespect him every day? No. And I go sit down on beach and enjoy in life. I don't think he would still like I love Jamaica too much. Right? But me people want to understand something. And as I said, PNP normally miss teaching moments. I will miss them. You see a net worth, when somebody announces your net worth, it is an estimated value of stuff that you own. An estimated value. That includes your house, your car, if you own stocks or anything, is your estimated value. Elon Musk net worth is over $400 billion. Now, do you think him have $400 billion in the bank to go withdraw? No. Chances are I don't even have $1 billion in cash. Let me point something to now. Well, and I think so that news here did miss most people. When Michael Leachin come to NCB one day and decide to say, I go shake up things because NCB not pay no dividends. Michael Leachin say, listen to me broke, me no cash, me depend on my dividends check. Yes, Michael Leachin, who have an estimated network of $2 billion US. Say him depend on him dividends check from NCB to go in him account so him can have cash to spend. Andrew Holness have a net worth. I forgot what the figure was. I don't want to call it. I don't want to tell lie. That includes his shares. Shares are estimated value. Right? So when you know come and talk about when you get so much money, Andrew Holness is a broke man like me and you. Yeah, that most people understand. Kevin O'Brien Chung, who actually spent time like myself and read all of these reports we got about the Prime Minister, tell us that the only thing he's guilty of is being broke. Because unlike you and me, when one bank write to the Prime Minister and say, Dennis Chung, I was with Kevin O'Brien. I remember one of them. He said the only thing the PM is guilty of is being broke. When a bank write to the Prime Minister, just like them do to me sometimes, and say, say if you apply now, you can get one loan. The Prime Minister not take it and go a party, He take it and he buy some shares. Yes. When they tell him that, he take it and he buy some shares. And he have to pay back, but the shares are there and the shares may appreciate in value while he pay back the loan. I wish me didn't know that for a long time. But Marky G, when them in a power, them never teach you them something there. Them take them information for themselves and them enrich themselves and them friends. So for those of you out there who are listening to the story and talk about Andrew Wallace and his money, Andrew Holness is in debt just like all of us. Him owe money to banks because he borrow loan and him invest it. The fact that those investments bear fruits, don't use that and cuss. Use it and learn. Use it and learn. That is what I would suggest. That is what I would encourage. Is the first we've ever had a PM that anybody with common sense can look at and say, this man genuinely care for his people. Tap up the screen, my people. 26,000. We can't reach 50. To reach 50, man. Just. Right? This man genuinely have a love for his country and his people, which is far more than I will ever say for Mark Golden and the PNP. They have never proven themselves are Jamaicans. Yes, when you have a name, like if a name is Bolt, yeah man, then we use your name. But I know love, they love you. You're a means to an ends for them. Not one of them not give you no sound advice. None of them, because they don't rate you. What them love is the opportunity they can use your name and invoke some emotion because they know that Jamaicans love you. So if you are listening, Mr. Bolt, or if anybody will know you are listening, not make them use you. You made a mistake. The people them around you made a mistake. And you have to learn from it. Yes, you have to learn from it. Yeah, man, you only value when they need you, man. True. Well, true, vague. Only when they need you, them valuable. The only time the PNP remember the name poor is when they're in opposition. I've been asking for the longest while. Show me the social house them where PNP build and give to anybody. Show me. I had this conversation with Dino a couple nights ago and they tell me about one community somewhere. Show me the social houses where the PNP built during their 18 years or even the last 4 and give to people. No evidence of it. Yesterday, last night, the host said, Board Villa, 10 by 10 toilet. Last night I was on, I think her name was Charmaine Willis. Not last night, this morning, because we did the Tell Daylight. And they talk us now, we must talk about the plans of our government. I didn't have to talk about plans, I talk about what we are doing. Not promise, I talk about what we are doing. The representative of the PNP, a man named Richard Hugh, say Mark Golden is going to come and repurpose the NHT to its original mandate to build house. The NHT today is building more house under Andrew Holness than all the other PNP leaders combined, including them great Michael Manley. If you combine all the houses built under the NHT, under all the PNP leaders, Andrew Holness alone beat them. In the last 9 years, Andrew Holness alone beat them. If you compare that, and I urge you know, go on the NHT website and research them houses constructed year by year. And you will see that Andrew Holness last 9 years have beat all of them combined. 6 years, all right. Yes, I take out the COVID years. I beat all of them combined. Well, I can't hear it was an early morning beating. Right? Yes. You cannot challenge that fact. So how is it that your plan is to come and put them to do what they are already doing? Better than when you were in government. And oh, by the way, I forgot this crackpot scheme. They are only gonna build house for low income persons. Now, I support making preparations for low income persons. I consider myself a low income person. But we have to bear in mind we have professionals, lawyers, doctors, PhD holders that can also contribute to the NHT. Don't those persons deserve a benefit from the NHT? But me tell you, say, pondering is what the PNP does best. They come and then promise, oh, we are for poor people, we are just gonna build a house for poor people. If the only house we are gonna build are for poor people, and your plan is to only build things for poor people, it tells me that you have no plans how to improve the lives of the very same people them where you say you want to lead. If all you want to build is low income houses, then you don't have no plans to grow the people them network so they can afford a better house. You don't have no plans. Just listen to them talking and you will learn, you know. If Marky G said, when him come, the NHT will only be the house for low income persons. That simple tell us them have no plans to grow and make Jamaica prosper so them can afford better house. You have to build for everyone, Delroy. You have to build for the poor, where you start with, and when you get a little. That is why one of the better programs that was introduced by Andrew Wellness at NHT was I forgot the name of it. But if you buy one house when you're young, you just start out to buy one of the starter house. When you improve your standards in life, you can actually sell back that house to the NHT and buy something bigger. So we are making room for people to grow and achieve more. Yes, Philippians, when you buy one of the starter house, you can sell it back in a couple of years and buy a bigger house. So we are making room for people to grow. The PNP said we only are going to build low income house because they only plan to have low income persons in Jamaica. Just listen to them, understand and learn, Just listen to them, understand and learn what them plan is. They say they love poor, so they will go to any ends of the earth to keep people poor. They will do whatever it takes to keep you poor. PNP don't like see you have nothing. That's why them teach and them encourage bad mind. Them teach and them encourage bad mind. If your neighbor have 2 TV, you're entitled to 1. If your neighbor have 2 TV, you're entitled to 1. That is PNPism for you. PNPism. If your neighbor have 2 TV, you're entitled to 1. You got to take one of your neighbor TV. Now for work and buy. If Andrew wants to have a account with some money in it, you forget some. There you go, common sense. If you only plan to cater to the low income, then stop collecting the other people their money. Simple. That's a solution. There you go, right there. If your plan is to only facilitate low income, stop collecting the other people their money. But as I say, common sense is just pandering to people. You just a pander to a mass. Oh, I'm going to build house for poor people, man. No. Make people know that you have a plan to grow their network. So that even if when them are 25 and 30, them can only buy one bedroom. When you get to 45 and 50, you can sell that and buy something bigger. But them have no plan to grow your network in that manner so you can move up in a life. Because the plan is to always keep you dependent on them. They strive on dependency. They hate independence. Yes, The PNP hate independence. That's why they was against Jamaica going independent. I wish I did lie me a tell pan. I'm not lying me a tell pan. I am not lying on these people. They hate independence. They don't like it. So if we are interested in keeping Jamaica on the path, continue to support the Jamaica Labour Party. That is a vote for progress. Continue to support Andrew Michael Holness and his team. The best government to have been assembled in Jamaica in the last 40 years. Bar none. In the last 40 years, no government can stack up to this one when it comes to deliverables. When it comes to promise made and promise kept. When it comes to making commitment to the Jamaican people and fulfilling them. None, no second. No second. No delay. To Andrew Michael Holness. And that is why there has been for the last 4 years this active campaign to tear him down and tear down his image and sell the perception of corruption. And yes, you have some people are buying to it without any form of research. Let's rock. I don't want to put you at the back of the class, you know. Right? No government can stack up to this one. That is why let's rock. And the International Corruption Index, Jamaica has the best ranking, and we continue to rank at our highest mark in history. Again, let's rock. Let me educate you. The perception of corruption is different from actual corruption. Actual corruption is what we have at all of the municipalities that are being run by the People's National Party. That is actual corruption, where actual taxpayers' money is being stolen. The perception of corruption is where the PNP are trying to sell to Jamaican people in an effort to gain relevance. There's a difference. There is a great difference between the two. Right? So, when you hear people come and they make certain daydream and they make certain talk, you can just listen to them and you know the educational level that these persons don't spend any time to read, they don't spend any time to get in the know. They go around and then look at the clippings of two little video, and that is how the conclusion is drawn. The ability to think, the ability to want information and to go seek it is lost on them. Welcome, DJ. You come a class late. You come a class late, man. You need to start come to class earlier, DJ. Come on, man. You're not being a good student. Right? Anyway, tap up the screen. Tell a friend, bring a friend. Right? The Jamaica Labour Party in its present form have no second. The poll numbers show it to us yesterday. The poll numbers. Where's I'm fine nationwide yesterday with the poll. The poll numbers told us that even though the PNP has been attacking this man, the people of Jamaica are beginning to see through it. Yes, the people of Jamaica are beginning to see through this. To say, like, but hold on. How them people are growing so much time? How these people are growing so often and not tell us about corruption now. And now we see we spark feed them corruption and come out. People are seeing through it. People are realizing that this man, this government, is the one that can be trusted, is the one that must be trusted to continue the growth of Jamaica. We don't have no second. We don't have absolutely no second. Right? And we are going to continue. We just need them to join our hands and heart with us, you know. Let's try to find, oh, did I have them? Did I have them? Every single parish right now polled Andrew Holness and the government is leading. Oh yeah, these are they. These are they. Who would you vote for if an election is called now? The JLP 34, PNP 28. That. What? A sizzler gun na bangarang to? Right? If it should be called, oh, hold on. Yes, this is the man. Well, I'm put out that picture, I'm going to see it. But me telling you, say, this man choose to manipulate a charity event. No man, I believe, look, I believe Hanover is an anomaly that will be corrected soon. Right? I'm not saying the polls don't right, and I believe it's something is a miss and it will be corrected soon. Right? So don't worry about change that background and show the Mark Golding faking the Sigma run. Faking the Sigma run. Oh, sorry, it's split too wide now. Sorry, you can't tell me see the man. Sorry, I think that picture was small, but in a go show. Only for the photo app. The man never run. The man went there and take a picture and start effort to say me I was there. It wasn't about the charity, it was about him. He never participated or never did. He went, he took some picture on the line, and that was it. He went, he took some picture on the line, and that was it. That was it. He took some picture on the line, and then take a taxi, go back down to the starting line, go wait for the people. Then. Again, this man have no sense of care in him heart for the Jamaican people. I don't know how much time and how much ways me can say it, how much time I can prove it. The man is a user and a manipulator in chief. He will say and do anything that he thinks is popular, including bring out a black man in chains around his neck, bringing out the son of slave owners came to Jamaica, went up on the stage and dragged out a black man in a chains around his neck because he think it would be popular. And yes, it was popular against around PNP. Because again, the symbolism of it is lost on them. To say the descendant of slave owners came back to Jamaica and basically spitting on the face. The equivalent of going on the stage and bringing out a man in change is him spitting in our face. But I don't even believe it's a face card, I don't even believe it's a face card. I believe the man just have an incompetence. I believe that the man just not ready. And I believe the man need to go I believe Jamaica need a viable opposition, and that opposition is not being led by Mark Golding. Jamaica need an opposition that can properly critique and challenge a government. Mark is just not it. The present PNP is just not it. The Jamaica Labour Party has seen the need to renew itself. Get younger persons in. The PNP is still trying to recycle its old folks. And you know why them not going away? The salary of a member of parliament now is so attractive.